people, their favorite subject is... Shut the fuck up. People's favorite subject is death. I just don't like dogs, you know? Unless your dog is a well-behaved dog. But if a fucking leaf blows, the dog barks. Other dogs hear the dog barking. They want to bark at the fence. Two dogs barking at a fence. This guy walking out here, he's got a Doberman or a Great Dane, I don't know. It was when it's some scary ass hounds from hell. And that's his pet. The dog's gonna protect him. But that dog, if it wanted to, and if it felt threatened, could maul me. You can't reason with it. It doesn't understand. All it knows is kill. What else is it for, anyways? Get a cat, dude. So, anyways, favorite subject. Everyone likes to talk about death. Have you ever died before? He was like, yeah, I died. You know, these videos and this type of content makes for probably the most interesting stuff to entertain yourself with. And they need to be inspired by moments that will, you know, create these feelings and expressions. So, I was watching this video, and you know, there's different ideologies and philosophies. You know, some people believe in heaven, some people believe in reincarnation. You know, you got Buddha, Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, Jesus, Allah, whatever you want to believe in, right? I just say why believe something and just you either know something or don't know something. Like, I can't prove to you gravity doesn't exist. I can't falsify it, but I can demonstrate it. So if you can't do that with a proposition, it's bullshit. And then whatever I say should lead you to no logical conclusion, although it's just me just giving you my experience because people like to listen, right? So, watch this video. Keep on saying that. It's about death. And the interpretation that I was listening to really got under my skin. And I struggle with this memory a lot because May 23rd, 1998, I offed myself in a car accident. My best friend was with me. Got cut out of the car, ICU. My friend walked away with just shattered pieces of glass and cuts on his arm from all the broken glass. So, at least I didn't kill my friend. But, you know, they lost me, and then I got to come back like Humpty Dumpty. They put me back together again. And I woke up to a new memory, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that memory? Did I die? I died. Holy shit. And so what I remember was moving away from something in darkness, no light, no dead relatives, and it was just me. And I had realized, oh shit, I killed myself. And then I thought about my parents and my friend and the life I was leaving, and I asked myself, what about them? And then there was a voice that said, let go. It wasn't my voice. Maybe it was, I don't know. I don't know what that was. But it said, let go. And so I did, and then there was nothingness. And when I say nothingness, no happiness, no good, no bad, no evil, no sadness, no anxiety, guilt, regret, just no future, no past, no present, nothing. And I thought that was very relieving. But then, you know, I woke up a couple times, especially after surgery. They're trying to see if you're not a fucking vegetable. Then I was put into an induced coma, and just like flashes of different beds that I was in, or I got a sponge bath and I was woken up to that, or weird shit. But the first time I woke up on my own in the ICU, I was sharing a bed with somebody. I'm not sharing a bed, sharing a room. There's this plastic divider that was slid across, and it was dark, and there was a halo of light, and I woke up, and I thought that I was in hell, if that existed, and I had to be in that room forever. And I started hitting the nurse call button, and my pain was really bad. I was hitting the pain button, and the nurse wasn't coming, and I was getting scared, because usually she would be there, or I don't know. But it took so long for her to get there. It felt like it did, and I gave up pushing the button, and I was like, oh shit, this is what I did to myself. This is my hell. And I gotta fucking lay in my bed. And I had a catheter in me, and a bunch of tubes and IVs, and fucking head swollen and fucking cut open, and it's just ridiculous. Bunch of broken ribs cut up from all the glass. And shit, the nurse walks in, and the light comes into the dark room, where there's just this dim yellow halo at the foot of my bed. Kind of creepy, very, very, very unsettling. But the nurse walks in, and I had this burst of energy that I don't know where it came from, but I jumped out of my bed, ripped my catheter out, my IV, and I had to grab the nurse. She was a big black woman, tall. I'm short, and I was standing on the bed, and I hugged her and I kissed her neck, and I looked her in the eyes, and then I just collapsed. And she shocked the fuck out of her. She was like, what the fuck? But I was so happy that I wasn't in hell, or that I didn't have to be in that room for eternity, as if that was the consequence, because that's what I did, because I was willing to be so risky with that behavior. Always have been. That wasn't the first time. Sometimes it wasn't my fault. Sometimes. But yeah, that's my experience. And after that that moment, that memory of letting go, and the nothingness, and the voice that said, and I thought, well, what about them? And then just let go, and that was an eternity of nothingness. Doesn't sound so bad. And I was probably, that's where I was before I got here, and that's where I was before I was here. We're always like, we just want to hold on to this life, or our relationships, or even our past, or the things that we haven't done yet, we still want to do. I think that in my particular situation, I really fucked myself. And I thought that I wanted to know something, And then, that cliche, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Because I always had this duality with my ego, and this place that I live in, and these idiots that are around me with their egos. But we all have them. It's letting go, right? Letting go of all that. That's where the nothingness was. It wasn't. Sounds relieving. But yeah, I struggle with that. I wanted to share a video, because we got to upload that on the YouTube. Yeah, the YouTube. Because people like to get to know people, right? You got a page, and you see this guy. This is a little out of character. Almost 10 minutes, so I thought I'd cap it off at 10 minutes. So thanks for watching. No special doohickeys right here. Just a story about my experience.